Exercise has such a positive impact on so many people that there would be no other reason why it couldn't have a positive impact on me.
I didn't know if the exercise would help with the symptoms. I'd slightly stopped forecasting about it because I tried to rehab myself so many times and had so many failed attempts that I'd stopped thinking ahead about it.
There are lots of high points in the journey. One of them is when they tell you you're clear of the disease, which is actually the point at which I woke up after having surgery. That very moment, I wanted a glass of champagne because I knew the disease was out of my body. They'd taken it out.
I've realised how lucky I am, how unbelievably supportive and fantastic my loved ones are and my friends are. People that have been there for me in so many different ways. And I feel very blessed actually to have such an orbit of fantastic people around me.
Another highest point was going around holiday with my children, and we knew at that point when we travelled to Europe that we were back together as a healthy family, and we were out on a boat and there was music playing and we were out at sea, and we all shared that moment where we said, yeah, it's okay now.
It's very difficult to give somebody else who's got cancer advice. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's cancer is different. You can have two people diagnosed with the same type of cancer at the same stage, having the same treatment, who have completely different reactions and responses. I think the only thing I would say to somebody is, if you are of the kind of person that I was, and I'm quite a proud person and I don't like to ask for help, I had to learn to ask for help. Don't be frightened of that. Well, that's a good question. Okay, describe my relationship with my physio. With one word. Exceptional.
My relationship with my physio now is trust and belief.
To work with people who have cancer or have had cancer, there's nothing like it. They're just amazing people. They've been through literally a life-threatening situation. And wow, the life lessons they teach you, the compassion they have, just the take on life, it's incredible and it's infectious. They are the most rewarding patient group by far.
The rehab for me has been, I'm going to go with life-changing.
I've lost weight, I feel healthier, my skin's fresher. I probably have 90% of the symptoms, the side effects that I had of the drugs that I continually take.
It's a lot more than regaining function of a joint. It's about combating the effects of treatment. It's about owning your body again. It's about getting your life back on track.
The biggest piece of advice is that when you feel this, the point where you feel like you're being cast out to sea and you have to deal with the after effects yourself, go and find support and advice.
You feel better, you look better, you move better, you can do things you never thought you could do. Your energy levels are through the roof and you can combat life again.
When I went in, Tom asked me to give him some goals that I wanted to do. And my goals were really simple things compared to what I had done before. I wanted to be able to walk on a beach without being in pain. I wanted to be able to pick my nephew up. I wanted to be able to ride a bike again. I wanted to be able to walk anywhere for a long period of time. And I can do all of those things now.
After my first session with Strong Lines, I went home and cried. Because it was everything, and it was everything I needed to hear. That was that somebody wasn't judging me. I didn't feel like I was whinging or whining or just listing everything that was bad. I didn't feel like anybody was assuming that I should be grateful to be alive, so don't want any more. Actually, it's right to know that I need to treat my body correctly, get it back to the way it needs to be alive. And part of being grateful for being alive is actually looking after what I've been given back.
The first session can be pretty intense. We want to know it all. We need to know the life history, the sort of pre-cancer, want to know what you were doing there, how it's affected you. Obviously, medical details, procedures you're going through, what stage of treatment you're at, that sort of thing, obviously. But most important is setting goals to what you want to get back to. So we can reverse engineer those goals and set specific exercise or specific targets to get you back, give you the physical properties again to able to handle those challenges.
My conversations with oncology and surgeons, when I explained to them that I had all these side effects and I felt 90, their answer to it was to change the drugs, was to stop taking them, or to go swimming, which turns my hair green. They didn't have the answer, which was, okay, go and do some exercise and this could actually relieve 90% of the symptoms that you're suffering and the side effects that you're suffering.
And I felt, probably for the first time, a little bit excited, a little bit hopeful that actually maybe I was going to be able to get myself closer to where I want to be.
People should get in touch with us as soon as they have that diagnosis, because we can help manage you physically leading up to the point of surgery, leading up to the point of your first chemo, just helping to deal mentally with it as well.
Within 2 or 3 days of being given some very simple exercises by Fred and completing them at home, which took very little time, I noticed a huge reduction in cramp at night in my legs. I was sleeping through the nights because the cramps weren't waking me up anymore. I wasn't having to get out of bed and stretch, so I slept through the night. Prior to the exercises, I also struggled in the morning to get down the stairs, just because of the stiffness. But within, again, 2 or 3 days, I was getting down the stairs so much quicker, where previously it took me 8, 9 steps to loosen up. I was 3 or 4 steps down.
For people starting out in their journey for cancer rehab, it is go for it, trust the process, and be patient. So you can't suddenly expect the earth. It's small baby steps, okay? You make small life changes that are manageable and sustainable, and you build from there.